Random reading number 4, because when trouble's about, you best watch out for the Watchmen. The Manhattan Project was a research and development project that produced the first atomic bombs during World War II. It was led by the United States with the support of the United Kingdom and Canada. From 1942 to 1946, the project was under the direction of Major General Leslie Groves of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. The Army component of the project was designated the Manhattan District. Manhattan gradually superseded the official code name, Development of Substitute Materials, for the entire project. Along the way, the project absorbed its earlier British counterpart, tube alloys. The Manhattan Project began modestly in 1939, but grew to employ more than 130,000 people and cost nearly $2 billion US, about $26 billion as of 2013. Over 90% of the cost was for building factories and producing the fissionable materials, with less than 10% for development and production of the actual weapons. Research and production took place at more than 30 sites across the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada. Two types of atomic bombs were developed during the war. A relatively simple gun-type fission weapon was made using uranium-235, an isotope that makes up only 0.7% of natural uranium. Since it is chemically identical to the main isotope uranium-238 and has almost the same mass, it proved difficult to separate. Three methods were employed for uranium enrichment: electromagnetic, gaseous, and thermal. Most of this work was performed at Oak Ridge, Tennessee. In parallel with the work on uranium was an effort to produce plutonium. Reactors were constructed at Oak Ridge and Hanford, Washington, in which uranium was irradiated and transmuted into plutonium. The plutonium was then chemically separated from the uranium. The gun-type design proved impractical to use with plutonium, so a more complex implosion-type weapon was developed in a concerted design and construction effort at the project's Weapons Research and Design Laboratory in Los Alamos, New Mexico. The Manhattan Project operated under a blanket of tight security, but Soviet atomic spies still penetrated the program. It was also charged with gathering intelligence on the German nuclear energy project. Through Operation Alsos, Manhattan Project personnel served in Europe, sometimes behind enemy lines, where they gathered nuclear materials and rounded up German scientists. The first nuclear device ever detonated was an implosion-type bomb at the Trinity test, conducted at New Mexico's Alamo Gordo Bombing and Gunnery Range on July 16, 1945. Little Boy, a gun-type weapon, and the implosion-type Fat Man were used in the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, respectively. In the immediate post-war years, the Manhattan Project conducted weapon testing at Bikini Atoll as part of Operation Crossroads, developed new weapons, promoted the development of the network of national laboratories, supported medical research and radiology, and laid the foundations for the nuclear navy. It maintained control over American atomic weapons research and production until the formation of the United States Atomic Energy Commission in January 1947.